Just double click on your character.
Ah, there we go.
Let's see. I don't think I did it. Left click twice on Evelynn. Not doing it because it should say in the bottom left. You can also just click it.
Oh, directed camera. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. And then also in that same general area, it says all. Change that to blue. Yeah. So what were you thinking going into this game?
Usually as Evelynn, I like to try to clear as much as possible and get level 6 so I can get my alt and passive. I'm telling them certain chickens here don't need a leash.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're doing raptors. Are you doing like an 8 camp clear? Is that the idea?
Not sure what a night camp clear is. I think
Okay,
I might have gone...
you full clear you full clear, do scuttle, and you do your raptors again after they respawn.
Gotcha. I can't remember what I did this game. What I've been trying to do is Raptors, Krugs red, and then Wolves, Gromp blue, so they respawn. The small camps respawn faster. I didn't do that in this case.
Right. Yeah, now it's gonna be a mess. Yeah, you have the general idea down of Evelynn. It's mostly farming to 6. Which the benefits of doing raptor start like you are is that you'll recall with more gold. But the downside is that if you want to do a gank, you're a lot more restricted because you need to get back to your raptors. But yeah, usually you're not going to be punished like that on Evelynn because you're not ganking super early anyway.
Yeah, sometimes even if I see like none of my lanes are pushed in, there's not a great gank opportunity, I'll do level 3 a second point into Q just to clear a bit faster instead of my W.
Oh man, you really didn't do it this game with the camp sequencing.
Yeah, that's something I just learned about recently. This was maybe a few days ago before I started doing that.
You can speed it up a little bit by hitting the plus either on the screen or on your keyboard. So it's ×2. There we go. Yep, so camp sequencing, as you said, that you can work on easily enough because you know about it already, and then the clear speed in general is quite slow. Like the gank though, that's good, as long as you recall immediately. Do you see how your raptors are already up?
Mm-hmm.
So what ends up happening...
might be where I'm heading next.
Yeah. What ends up happening is if you do raptor start like this and you go for a gank after scuttle, you should lose your raptors to enemy jungler.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm like, you're really restricted because otherwise you're putting the jungler ahead. The enemy jungler ahead by doing that.
I think at my rank, like I don't really look for this too often either. I probably should. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. But I don't find people take my camps too often, probably because they don't know about it.
Yep. Getting a quick level 6 off the grubs. Good to see. Got Garen to help you. Ooh, this is scary. Okay. So what gave you the idea to do this?
I think what I was thinking was they just did dragon, so they would be on the other side of the map, probably doing their camps. I guess I assumed their bot side camps were up.
Go back. When did they finish the dragon? Because they finished dragon before you finished grubs. I wasn't paying to the exact timing. Just keep hitting backspace.
Backspace.
Yep. It goes back 15 seconds. Okay, this should be good.
And I jump forward 15 seconds anyway.
Do pause it with like, yeah, you can do that. Okay, hit escape. I want you to go into settings and I'm trying to remember where it is. There's a setting you can turn on that lets you see timestamps, which is really helpful. That's probably under game, maybe under game or interface on the left.
Yeah.
Let's see. There it is. Chat, show time, chat. Yeah. Turn that on. Okay. And now play it. There we go. So 6:32 is when they killed Drake.
And I'm still doing the last void grub up here.
Yeah. So by the time you're showing up at the red buff, it's already been 25-30 seconds. So this is why I'm concerned about going for the red, especially because you're...
So what else would you recommend there? I don't... How do I see how much gold I have?
Hit this. Open up the scoreboard. Hit O. It's weird on practice or spectator. Anyway, hit X. That'll show the amount. Okay.
Yeah, I think after I did the grubs, I didn't have much gold. None of my camps were up on my top side, and there was nothing to gank top or mid, so I went into their jungle.
Yeah. The alternative play is you recall and go to your bot side camps that were up.
So I should be recalling, even if I don't have gold to spend, I should just recall to get into a different position.
Well, you had a little bit of gold to spend, but even then, yes. Even if like you have no gold, I would rather you do that than go into a risky position on the red buff. If, however, the Drake dying was closer to when you killed grubs, then I'm all for taking the red.
Okay. I don't know what Yone was doing here.
What is he doing?
He got executed, but he flashed an art away.
In the bottom left, there's a little eye, like tap on that. And then at the bottom it says objective timers, turn that on. Now I can see when everything spawns. We got grubs. That should be the goal here. I don't care about killing Ornn.
He's got his flash and went back to grubs.
Yeah. The flash by him doesn't make any sense because he should never die there. But it's okay. This is fine as long as you play it very carefully.
I think I was slow in my R, tried to get
A
the
little
low health.
bit. Yeah, it's a tough fight.
I find a lot of times I get CC'd when I'm right when I'm trying to press R, so it goes off way too late, and then I actually end up dying.
Mm-hmm.
I try to get him low for the execute, but I think I might be too late with it.
Yep. It's an unfortunate part of playing Assassins. Great gank. They push out the wave, but you're too low to do Drake at the moment. So you go back to camps. Good. Check your gold. Okay, 1,200.
Is that the first number there?
Yeah. Hoping you look to recall fairly soon, especially with Jin dead.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a nice pick as long as you don't go into the Drake pit. Uh-oh. Oh, you're scaring me.
I'm Evelynn, they can't see me.
It's still a It's a loss of time, though. It's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Got 2,000 gold here. Probably should have recalled.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely not recalling as often as I should.
This whole fight's a mess.
Yeah.
So what made you want to do this fight?
I honestly could not tell you. I think I just got bloodthirsty.
Because like Mordekaiser walked up, he ran away, and the fight continued.
Yeah.
Just tunnel vision, I guess.
I think so. I need to know when to back out, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so generally the way to decide if you want to back out or not, as Evelynn is, do you have teammates with you, and are there any squishies that you can one-shot? If neither are the case, then it's not going to be a good fight for you. Let's see. Okay, you have ultimate. So one habit that you want to break, when you have ultimate like this, especially in mid-game, this is not the time to be farming.
Okay.
Instead, what you want to do, like let's say your bot lane is pushing or whoever is pushing, you want to go towards that lane, the one that's the most vulnerable, and then you look to fight with your ultimate once it's down, then you go back to farming. Yeah, like this play, you didn't even have to ult. That's great. So this is a good time to farm because your teammates are resetting. So I like this. Although Jin stayed, unfortunately. And then once Misfortune gets back, but their recalls aren't synced up. Okay, this is a good stay here. I like this. Yep, kill them both, hopefully. Nice. All of you should reset.
I need to remember. I think we had a team fight. We killed most of them. A lot of us were left alive, and I called Baron. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. So this is a pretty good example of how, even though the fight works out, you're showing up late to all these fights because you keep going for the camps first.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm viewing my time in the wrong way. Like, I see camps that are up, so that's wasted time if they're not cleared and put on a timer to respawn.
Because what a lot of people will, they'll get locked into that mindset because that is correct in your first like 2 or 3 clears as Evelynn. But then, as said, once turrets start getting pushed out a lot more, people are actually in a vulnerable position where they can get one shot you have to adjust and reorder that.
So is there like a general time frame or situation where I should transition more from clearing to ganking?
Roughly 15 minutes.
Okay.
It can be a little bit earlier depending on how often people are fighting. But yeah, generally once plates are gone, you can start looking to do that more. But as I said earlier, like if your ultimate's down, then you're going to be farming anyway, because you can't really do much as Evelynn without ult. I don't like this fight. So what's bad about this fight? Welcome to go back. You can slow it down if you want.
Yeah. How do I bring it back down minus? Yeah. Alright, so I am kind of separate from my team here.
Mm-hmm.
I got the tanks on me who I can't one-shot. I was trying to go for Caitlyn, but she was surrounded by her tanks. Our team got split up. So let's see. So when I'm here, should I just recall or try to walk back around to join up with my team?
It is definitely an awkward position to be in, but yeah, you want to get with your teammates, but you also have to recognize that the fight doesn't really work when you're ADC and supporter in base.
Yeah, okay.
Especially into two tanks. Like if these are all squishies, it completely changes, but you can't play the game into two tanks as Evelynn. It's too difficult. You need people to actually be able to deal with them. So yeah, you want to be with your teammates. You wait for the enemies to engage on your teammates, and then you can look for Caitlyn. But if you go first, you're going to get blocked out.
Lately, I've started playing Belveth a bit as like my secondary because I find a lot of these games at low rank don't end very quickly. People have trouble closing out the game, and scaling champs like that get stronger.
Wait. Run that last part by me again.
So like if the games go longer, champs like Belveth that get stacks of things that stack permanently end up getting stronger by the end of the game.
She's not a scaling champ.
She's not. She gets the lavender stacks that increase her attack.
Right, she is not a scaling champ. Nope. So the only time she's a scaling champ is if it's literally 55 minutes into the game. Then she's a scaling champ. But she is very, very early game focused. And if you look at her win rates, it also matches that. She falls off hard later on.
I thought because she got the permanent stacks, it was similar to like a Veigar or a Nasus.
Yeah, Nasus is the same way. He does not scale late.
Okay.
Now, Veigar does. Veigar is an exception, but Veigar is not really scaling because of the stacks. I mean, that's part of it. Like, he does a lot of damage. But it's because with Veigar, in late games, it's really hard to fight against him because he can control so much of the area with his trap.
Okay.
But yeah, with Nasus, like, he spikes really hard in mid game, and then he'll fall off even if he has really good stacks because he just gets kited. It's super hard to get onto people, even if you're one-shotting them with your Q.
Yeah, I find that with a lot of melee champs. Like, I like being able to play at range, but I also don't like how squishy and immobile I am with a lot of range champs like that. I have difficulty closing the gap as a melee champ, which is, I guess, why I like Belva. She's got the dashes and the CC.
Yeah. Usually when it comes to melee champs like that, you have to be creative with setting up picks through lack of vision.
Yeah, so I think this is the fight here. After we got those kills, I ping Baron. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good Baron call, but if they don't move, then it is what it is. You have to adjust. Okay, looks like they did move. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, and then I think they just stop hitting it. Should I have backed off with him too? Because I think it's just one Ornn. He's not going to like outsmite me.
It's messy. So go back, play it again, because Yeah, I don't understand why they backed off. I guess they got a little bit scared. But if the
trying to get it
misfortune
down.
ult just ulted the Baron, then it was fine.
And then I got killed right before it reached 1200, so I
Yeah.
could smite.
So in that situation, yeah, it's a matter of, do you think you can get the Baron and live? That's like the important part. So when the misfortune ultimate is not hitting the Baron, you have to back off. But
Yeah.
originally what I was thinking is you don't have to back off there and you commit to it. That was a really weird situation.
Yeah,
To be
well,
in.
my thought when they all backed away was if it's this low, they're just going to take it. So I have to either die
Yeah.
trying to get it,
Yeah,
or
if it's like 3k or below, you gotta commit. Ideally, when you're deciding if you want to fight, that's going to be like 5k or higher HP at that point. And then you can decide, okay, do we want to fight? Do we want to leave? But once you get to low, as you're saying, I completely agree. You got to stick to it. So, that was
so
weird.
I made a decent call. Just team
Yeah.
doesn't get on the same page.
Yeah. I'm not going to really fault you on that one. Like the best you could do. Well, actually, wait. Maybe there was something. Go back to the Baron. Because my question is, did you have ultimate? If you had ultimate, you could have killed it.
Can I a smite when I do my ult before I get teleported back?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
It's
'Cause I
a
was thinking-
really high burst.
gotcha. Because I was thinking that if I ult, then I would be too far away to smite.
You have the little bit of cast time. So yeah, I believe you did have ultimate. You could have done it way above the HP it was at. I know the spectator says you don't have ult, but I think that's just a bug from going back. So yeah, I guess the real solution is to ult smite, but if you don't know that that's possible, then it would make sense why you would play it the way you did.
Okay.
Hover over your ultimate in the bottom left. Just want to see how much damage it does. Yeah, that's an insane amount of damage.
Just got caught here. It's too far up. I should be. So as an assassin, should I be like out to the sides trying to get to the back line, or should I be back with my team?
Go back to the beginning of that fight. I was focused on the ultimate. So it's going to depend on... Pause it. Okay. So it's going to depend on like what kind of team you have. First off, this fight's bad in general because Garen's not here. But yeah, so when it comes to a fight, generally, I was just saying you want to be on the side as an assassin, whether it be Evelynn or any other champ, and waiting for the opponents to go in so that you can sneak onto the Caitlyn. But if, let's say, the Yone were to suddenly try to engage onto your ADC, you do have the option of bursting him. Like that is...
Well, the Yone is level 18 right now. I don't know if I can do that. I'm level 14.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like a hypothetical because we're talking about general fights.
Okay.
Now hit tab again and then shows items by hitting X. He's got a Negatron cloak. Yeah, he's probably not gonna die. So that's valid. Either way, what I was getting at is like if they jump on your teammates, you do have the option to kill them, but most of the time, yeah, you're gonna flank and wait for your opponents to go in first.
Okay. I know when I'm ganking lanes during lane phase, my W is more of an engage. Do I want to use my W as like a peel for their engage in these fights? I'm not really sure how to team fight as Evelynn if I'm not just picking off a single person.
Yeah. No, if you're peeling, don't bother with a W most of the time. The problem with Evelynn W later is it takes too long.
Yeah.
So,
it doesn't charm, but it at least slows.
Yeah, you can use it for just like the quick thing, but don't wait for the whole charm.
Yeah.
So yeah, just whoever's in range, you can use it, but don't try to get too much value out of it later. It showed you that again.
No, this is for the last game I think I just played.
Oh, okay.
For the Vayne who was running it down.
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, the 09 Vayne.
She was committed. Yeah.
Yep.
Almost matched Milio in CS.
Just because level 1 Yone got 3-person ganked and gave Misfortune first blood, so Vayne was pissed about that.
Yeah. Okay. So I sent you a message just now with the notes that I was writing. If I missed anything or you want to write anything or ask questions, of course you can do that. Those are like the most noticeable from that game.
What would you consider a significant item purchase? Like, obviously, if I can get a large rod, that's worth getting. But if I have like a spell book, just like the 400 gold item, I don't think that's significant.
Right, Amp Tome's not going to be that much. So it's like, are you finishing tier 2 boots, finishing needlessly large rod, even a blasting wand? Early game is significant. It's like anything where if you buy it, you're like, yeah, this is actually going to impact a fight.
Gotcha.
Obviously, that's going to change as the game goes on. Like, the earlier it is, the more the little stats are going to matter. But generally, if you're spending at least 850 to 1k, it's probably good enough.